My friends, picture this. It's December 31st, 2026, end of year. You're looking back not with pride but frustration. The same dreams you whispered last January, the same goals you promised yourself, haven't happened. You're not busier, you're not lazier, you're just stuck. And here's the truth most people never realize. It's not the world holding you back. It's not luck, timing, or opportunity. It's three invisible chains quietly stopping you from moving forward. Today, we break them, fix these, and 2026 won't be just another year. It'll be the year you finally break free. The first key point is your comfort zone. It's sneaky, quiet, and surprisingly convincing. It tells you that staying put is safe, that the small, familiar circle of habits and routines will keep you okay. But okay isn't enough. Deep down, you know it isn't. You feel it in the tightness of your chest when you scroll mindlessly at night, or the unease that creeps in when you think about where you are versus where you could be. That tug in your gut is your soul whispering, there's more, if only you dare. The comfort zone isn't just holding you back, it's convincing you that being stuck is normal. Every morning, you choose to stay comfortable, you choose mediocrity, you wake up to the same habits, the same routines, the same small excuses. You think it's harmless because you feel no immediate pain, no crisis, no collapse. But the truth is, slow erosion is more dangerous than sudden failure. Every unchallenged day builds a layer of fear, a wall between who you are and who you could become. Comfort is a soft prison. Its bars aren't steel, they're habits, distractions, and illusions that you tell yourself are safe. And the longer you stay, the taller the walls grow. Your mind has a strange way of tricking you into believing that the familiar equals security. You tell yourself, I'll take this job, this relationship, this routine because it's easy, predictable. But here's the paradox. Predictability kills potential. The life you dream of, the financial independence, the deep connections, the peace that hums under your skin, is not on the other side of predictability. It waits behind risk, behind discomfort, behind the moments when your heart pounds and your hands shake because you're about to step into something unfamiliar. Every time you choose the easy road, you trade a piece of that future for temporary calm. Think of growth like a muscle. Muscles don't grow in comfort, they grow under tension, under resistance, under strain. The comfort zone is like sitting in a hammock while others are climbing mountains. It feels good at first, but your legs weaken, your lungs shrink, your strength fades. The hammock will never teach you how high you can climb, how far you can push, or how wide your wings can spread. Real growth asks for sweat, for bruises, for mistakes that sting, and for courage that trembles. Each time you avoid challenge, you're shrinking the version of yourself that could stand tall and strong. Fear often hides inside the comfort zone like a silent passenger. It whispers, you can't handle that, you'll fail, what if it's too much? You nod along thinking it's wisdom when really it's cowardice in disguise. But what if you leaned into fear instead of running? What if you acknowledged that your body quivers, your mind hesitates, and yet you step forward anyway? Fear is not the enemy, it's the signal that you are on the edge of something meaningful. The comfort zone tries to erase that signal, but your life grows only in response to it, not around it. You've probably noticed how small steps outside your comfort zone feel terrifying, even silly at first. Speaking up in a meeting, trying a new skill, reaching out to someone you admire, all of these seem minor until you realize they stretch the invisible boundary that's been holding you prisoner. Each act of courage reshapes your map of what is possible. Your world grows not overnight, but steadily, quietly, invisibly at first. The walls that seemed unbreakable begin to crack, and then, slowly, you look back and realize the life you once thought impossible is now within reach, simply because you refuse to stay put. And here's the thing that most people never notice. Comfort doesn't feel like a trap until you compare yourself to your future self. That version of you, the one who dares, who risks, who pushes, exists even while you sit in safety. He or she is waiting silently, silently frustrated, silently disappointed, silently capable. Every day you linger in comfort, that future self grows impatient. But every day you stretch even slightly, every time you choose growth over ease, you build a bridge toward them. The gap between who you are and who you could be shrinks, and with it comes freedom, confidence, and a sense of life lived fully. The second key point is your mindset. It's the quiet architect of your life, building walls or bridges depending on what you feed it. Most people underestimate how fragile and powerful the mind can be at the same time. One negative thought can darken a day, one doubt can stall a year, and one limiting belief can erase decades of potential. Your mind isn't just a tool, it's the lens through which you interpret every moment, every opportunity, every challenge. And if that lens is cracked, the world looks smaller, scarier, less inviting than it actually is. The danger is that most of us walk around unaware, letting fear and self-doubt take the wheel. You hear that quiet inner voice whispering, "You're not enough, you'll fail, wait for the right moment." And instead of challenging it, we listen. We let it write the script of our days. But the truth is, your mind doesn't care about reality. It reacts to what you repeatedly feed it. Feed it courage, curiosity, and purpose, and it will find opportunities where others see walls. Feed it negativity, indecision, and fear, and even doors wide open will seem locked. The power to shape what you see and how you act lies entirely in what you allow your mind to believe. Your thoughts are like seeds. Most of us scatter weeds without realizing it. Every worry, every comparison, every judgment you entertain grows roots and spreads silently, taking space that could belong to hope, focus, and confidence. But here's the beautiful part. You can plant new seeds anytime. Every affirmation, every deliberate choice to think bigger, every moment you refuse tea or buy into your own doubt is sunlight on a tiny sprout that could become a tree. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, those small acts of conscious thought transform the landscape of your mind from barren to fertile, from timid to unstoppable. Imagine your mind as a room. Right now, it might be cluttered with old fears, regrets, and opinions that aren't yours. Every negative thought is like a piece of furniture stacked in the center, blocking your path, taking up space you could use for clarity, creativity, and action. Cleaning it out doesn't happen overnight, but each choice you make to challenge a lie you've told yourself is like lifting one heavy chair off the floor. Step by step, the room opens, the air becomes lighter, and suddenly you see possibilities that were always there, hidden by the clutter. The tricky part is that your mind is both your fiercest critic and your most loyal servant. If you train it, guide it, and respect its needs, it will work tirelessly for you. If you neglect it, it will betray you quietly, feeding excuses, spinning fears, and magnifying mistakes. It's not about forcing positivity or denying reality. It's about building a foundation strong enough to hold your vision steady. Your mind can be a garden, a fortress, or a prison. The difference is whether you choose to tend it or leave it untended, whether you decide to feed courage and clarity or let chaos take root. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I can't," or "it's too late," recognize it for what it is, a mental habit, not a truth. Habits of thought are just patterns that can be broken, rewoven, and strengthened. One new thought, repeated enough, begins to reshape the neurons in your brain, rewiring what you once believed to be impossible. What feels unnatural now, believing in yourself, trusting your instincts, daring to act despite fear, will, over time, feel natural, effortless, inevitable. Your mind is malleable, and the hands that mold it belong to you alone. The most subtle yet powerful shift happens when you stop blaming circumstances and start steering your mind with intention. Life will always throw chaos, setbacks, and people who question you into your path. But the difference between someone who stumbles and someone who rises isn't luck, it's the internal landscape. A strong, trained mind can turn a failure into feedback, a delay into preparation, a rejection into a redirection. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how your mind interprets, reacts, and ultimately transforms it. The world outside is unpredictable, but the world inside is yours to master. The third key point is your energy. Most people think they are limited by time, but in reality, it is the energy you give to every moment, every choice, and every relationship that determines how far you go. You can have 24 hours a day, but if your energy is scattered, wasted, or drained, those hours feel empty, heavy, unproductive. Energy is the invisible currency of life, and unlike money, you cannot earn it back once it is spent. Yet most of us hand it away to distractions, to people who drain us, and to tasks that do not move us closer to the life we truly want. Energy is not just physical, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual. You might be awake for 12 hours, but if your mind is restless, your emotions unsettled, and your spirit disengaged, it is as if you have done nothing at all. Notice how one small worry can drain your entire morning, how one toxic conversation can leave you empty for days, or how one night of neglecting sleep can unravel your focus. Your energy is finite, delicate, and precious, yet most of us treat it as if it will refill on its own. It won't. If you want 2026 to be a year of momentum and fulfillment, you must become fiercely protective of it. Think of your energy like water in a river. If it is spread too thin, leaking into every small crack, it loses its power to shape the land, to carve paths, to nurture growth. But when channeled intentionally, when directed with focus, it has the power to move mountains, to create valleys, to transform everything in its path. Every choice you make, what you watch, what you read, who you spend time with, either diverts that river or strengthens its current. In 2026, notice where your river is leaking and begin redirecting it to the places that matter most. Your body is the vessel of your energy, and it speaks in ways most people ignore. Fatigue, irritability, or lack of focus are not just inconveniences, they are messages. They are your body telling you it is under siege from mismanaged energy. Ignoring these signals is like trying to drive a car with a cracked engine and low oil. Eventually, it will break down. Nourish your body with sleep, movement, and proper food. Treat it as sacred because no amount of skill, planning, or ambition can overcome a vessel that is empty, exhausted, or unprepared. Emotions are another form of energy that we often mishandle. Every lingering resentment, unprocessed fear, or unresolved frustration is like carrying a heavy backpack on a long climb. You think you can move forward, but each step becomes heavier, slower, and more exhausting. Releasing what no longer serves you doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means freeing the energy trapped in negativity and using it to fuel creation, connection, and growth. The lighter your emotional load, the further and faster you can go. Even relationships are energy investments, and not all investments pay dividends. Some people feed your soul, inspire your courage, and expand your perspective. Others drain your confidence, cloud your vision, and shrink your potential. The challenge is that most of us invest blindly, assuming that presence equals benefit. But presence without purpose is wasted energy. In 2026, begin to notice who and what truly elevates you and consciously direct your energy toward them. It is not selfish, it is survival and strategy for the life you are meant to lead. Finally, energy is cultivated through intentional focus. Multitasking, endless scrolling, reactive living, these scatter your power like seeds in the wind. You end each day wondering why progress feels slow. why the important things remain untouched. But when you focus your energy with intention, the smallest actions gain weight, the simplest tasks gain momentum, and your days become electric with purpose. Energy is not just what moves you, it is what creates your impact. Guard it, channel it, direct it, and you will realize that what once felt impossible is now inevitable. When you step back and look at your life honestly, you realize that the obstacles you face are rarely external, they are inside you. Comfort, doubt, scattered energy, they are quiet forces that shape your days more than any circumstance ever could. And yet the power to shift them, to realign them, has always been in your hands. Nothing outside can move you as much as your own willingness to grow, to think differently, to guard what matters most. The life you want is not waiting for a perfect moment or a sudden miracle. It is waiting for the part of you that is ready to take responsibility, to stand steady in discomfort, to listen to your mind without letting it rule you, and to protect your energy as if it were the most precious thing in the world, because it is. Every choice you make now, no matter how small, stretches the invisible thread connecting who you are today with who you are becoming. And here is what is most remarkable. Transformation doesn't demand grand gestures. It unfolds quietly, almost imperceptibly, in the repeated decisions to choose growth over ease, clarity over confusion, presence over distraction. Those decisions accumulate, quietly building a life that feels inevitable, a life that hums with the integrity of your own effort and intention. You begin to notice the difference not in noise but in the steady rhythm of your days, the subtle confidence that comes from knowing you are moving in alignment with yourself. There will always be moments when doubt resurfaces, when comfort calls your name, when energy feels spent, and that is natural. But by now you can see these moments for what they are, signs, not limitations. They are the markers along the path of your own becoming. Reminders that what you are building is real and that the work is yours and yours alone. So you carry forward with a quiet awareness that nothing outside can define the measure of your life. Your growth, your mindset, your energy, these are the true levers of change. And when you tend them with care, with patience, and with honesty, you create a foundation that is steady, unshakable, and quietly powerful. In the end, it is not about speed, applause, or recognition. It is about alignment, moving through the world with a sense of clarity and purpose that comes from knowing you are not drifting, not waiting, not hoping. You are here, you are intentional, you are capable. And in that stillness, in that quiet understanding, you feel it. The steady pulse of your own potential, waiting, always waiting, for the life that is possible only because you chose to meet it.